Presenting Palace, so let's tell you about Palace. Rolling straight to the ceiling, crowns and crystals, top like journeys, dishing out malice. Hold up, South London's grandest, far from bandits. Everything earned for a goal of elevation. Just passing the team over here might finish out. Bright future we can't vanish. SE25 any day, that's sellers. Rev up the engines, no more reverse reactions. Fan cams, bands on stream. Share up the team, support the dream team when eagles fly, make noise and scheme. Dare to dream or dream to dare, taking a step to become supreme.
Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. We need to chat.
We're back.
We need to chat. We did say if there's any time we need to just impromptu make a stream, that we'll do it. I was very close to going live yesterday evening. Very close to going live. And I thought, no, I've got to stick to my word and give it. I got to sleep on it. I got to sleep on what is happening. We're going to discuss not only the Gassan transfer, which obviously looks like it's going to Villa, but now Eddie Nketiah's got injured. What on earth is happening to our club? JC, how's it going, mate?
I'm all right. I don't think I'm as upset as you are right now, because even though it has been 10 weeks, it's been nearly 2.5 months since the window's been open. We've not done an awful lot. It's the most successful period of our whole career, and where we should be improving, and we're not really. And I feel like the stand is taking priority over the team at the moment, if I'm being really honest. And I don't want to jump the gun a bit, but Glasnow's walked for less, I'd say. And I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, I mean, look, we will focus on the fact that, and we will mention it, we will accept the fact that, look, we're FA Cup winners. That will never go, by the way. Still celebrate that. Every Saturday that pops up, say it's the 11th week anniversary, 12th week anniversary, keep celebrating, because that in itself is an amazing achievement. But what you just said, JC, is a factor, which we'll discuss. We're going to discuss the injuries. We're going to discuss the squad depth. What does that actually look like? And most importantly, I think we really need to discuss why we seem to always be trying to penny pinch. Because I think that's one of the main reasons why. Don't get me wrong, it's the reason why we get some great deals. It's also the reason why we lose deals as well. But anyway, let's go through some comments. First and foremost, see if I can get. Hey, no problem. Big up, Jason. Says there, if there's ever another Premier League team vying for a player, Palace never get that player. West Ham usually and now Villa. Palace board have no ambition and obviously can't multitask. Also says, it appears the board only focus on Conference League / Europa League and are hinging all transfers on this decision. Squad is thin, that 1 or 2 injuries, especially Eze and Munoz, and relegation concerns. We've got to go into all of that. France are never healthy. Eboué moved out, but Saki and Esse unproven, and to date haven't gained Glasnow's trust. Big up Spiritual. He also says, I was under the impression that Gassan was only coming to the club as Esse replacement, and Eze is still at the club, but I'm happy. I'm not happy to the lack of concrete activity. We're going to discuss that because we are going to discuss Gassan. And all right, if it is the Eze replacement, get the Eze replacement in then. Now, why do we have to wait to lose a player first? And this is the annoying bit, but we'll get into that. Where am I at? Glasnow has already rushed his hands clean if we don't have a good start to the season. Whoops. Big up Ron. So maybe there is more to this than this camera is. Sorry, there we go. And we're seeing, if not, it's a bit of a shambles when a promoted team is doing more than we are. Maybe a late deadline push. Yeah, but why do we always have to do late deadline pushes? That's another factor, but we'll get into that. Why do we always wait? Yeah, exactly that. Don't know what you lot, but I'm raging at the concerned. I am as well, by the way. And there's a side of it where I could say, look, maybe Villa were looking at this throughout and just want to see where it was. But we're just taking too long with stuff. This is another reason why I'm not happy, because now the players that we are, Ndoye gone, Gassan gone. So that I think Nusa would have been the last of the three of the, I would say, the top bracket. And then the next bracket down, I'll say, is El Canus. And there might be some others there that we don't know of. After that, we're looking at loans. And yeah, if Sterling comes to us, I will tell guys myself. Therapy is concerning. Be up, David. Be up, Mary has a new owner not in the transfer market. I think there is some sort of waiting period before he can actually inject. I'm not 100% on that.
That's not the case, because Textor put money into the club before he was official, so that can't be the case. I think he paid off all of our COVID debt before he was actually an owner.
Yeah, we have to figure out what's going on with that. We can bring in 5 players in. That's what we do. Panic buys. Yeah. And big up Gaurav. Big up Villa fan. Congratulations, I guess, on your end. Obviously, I'm sure you're just waiting for the medical and everything to go through. But 22 million up front, and I think he rises up to like 30, because I think it's 35 euros. I don't know why we didn't just do it, but hey, I don't know. Glasnow's history for walking, we'll discuss that. Sarah Glasnow walks, we'll be getting Sean Dyche. Oh gosh. Right, let me just see who else is here before we actually need to get into it. Big up Durfez. Says we need a DOF, backup goalkeeper coach, 2 centre backs as backup for Munoz. Eddie injury, he's a 30 million backup, is not as important. Welcome to Vale. This is absolutely tragic. Thanks for joining us. Obviously new to welcome to you. And it is tragic. It is tragic. Right, is there anyone else I've ignored? And Bill, Andrew, Ashford. Could be worse, could be Newcastle. Yeah, I know, granted, there are some silver linings out there. There are. Newcastle are fuming, Fulham are fuming, you know, and Villa were upset up until they got sent deal as well. So there are silver linings. But we got to look at ourselves. And then we got Shannon here as well. The time to start really bringing concerns if very little gets done in the week after it. Yeah, and I was speaking to JC about this as well, actually. After Monday's decision, I'm giving it till Sunday. We've got to get some deals done up until Sunday, because now we would know what competition we're at. What we should be doing is getting players with its personal terms, whatever it just ready, so that at least then decision made, all right, bang, bang, bang. So yeah, you're right. All right, let's get into it. And big up Millsy as well. Big up Millsy. Right.
So I spent some time about 20 minutes ago going through not all of the rumours linked with Crystal Palace, because there's been a lot more players that have been linked with us that we just haven't covered, because like the Sterling, we don't want to cover that. We've covered him many times before. But just off of players that we have covered ourselves in Transfer Weekly, I'll read them out to you. So I've got them sectioned into forwards, midfielders, defenders, and goalkeepers. So for forwards, we've got Kangin Lee, Bakayoko, Gassan, Ndoye, Dibbling, McAtee, El Canus, and Jack Grealish. Obviously, the Jack Grealish one was more my shout, but, you know, I think it's a good shout. I know you guys didn't like it, but, you know, that's who we covered. Midfielders, Ukachukwu, Hackney, Diouf, Diaz, and Nichols from Arsenal, the kid that Arsenal tried to swap with to get Eze, but that was a shambolic one anyway, so don't really count it. Kyle Walker-Peters, Esteve, Diamunde, Pavlovic, De Winter, and then you think, the standard of players that we're looking at here. And bearing in mind, all these players that I've spoken about for the centre-backs, the already high-class players, was all in episode 2, 3, and 4. So really early. And this is who we looked at after 2, 3, and 4. It was Sosa, Cabrera, Achempong, Drame, and now Martinez. today. And then we've only looked at one goalkeeper, which is the one we bought. So out of a total 25 players that we've spoken about as a channel, we bought 2 of them and we've bidded for 4 of them. The strike rate is not good. And bear in mind that I know that we've already said it, but the Gassan bid was £2 million.
Yeah, we mentioned this. I think we're second bottom behind Fulham. Fulham's the worst team. I think Villa had spent 6 million before this Gassan deal. You know, but look, let's start with Gassan. All right. So if you wanted to know, I tweeted it. It was me that tweeted it from the Eagle-Eyed website on X, saying that this is embarrassing. And what do you call it? The reason why it's embarrassing is because this is a player we looked at like a month ago plus. You know, so if it's something we wanted to take serious, we just had to get it done. Personal terms were agreed a long time ago. I know it was Chris Wheatley, who no one really had heard of, but he was like, look, things are progressing well. This is like close, like very nearly done. Then we hit a bit of a stumbling block, and I think I mentioned this on Monday, where the Saudi team, Neom, then decided to bid 30 million euros. So it's probably like a £5 to £7 million differential from what we were gonna.
Sorry, that I've never heard that club name before. It sounds like a car driving past.
And stuff. So that in myself said to me, that's warning flagged, because they've already accepted 30 million euros from this Saudi team. Then when we go in for him, whenever we decided to bid, we're going to expect more. We put in this bid, which was up to 20 million euros, I believe, with 2 million out front. I don't know if it's true or not, but let's just assume it is. If it is true, it is a disgrace. If it's not true, why didn't we just bid what we're supposed to bid anyway? Apparently, the only time we actually sent an official bid in was after Aston Villa put their interest in. So then we've put in what I think 25 million euros. They did a 35 million package. Game over. Game over. Now, some of the comments, and it's good to interact with people in the chat. Like, I'm not one of those people on X that will get into argument, but I don't mind the discussion. Some will say, look, a player would not want to come to Palace and be a rotation player. We've got to think about the fact that we've got an extra 10 to 15 games potentially in Europe, right? Obviously, if we navigate the playoff positions successfully, if we're still in the Conference League. No matter what's going to happen is we're going to burn out the same 11 players. And yes, we've got Sosa and Martinez as cover, but that's cover for players that they're not going to overthrow Mitchell and Henderson, in my personal opinion. Sosa, maybe if it's more of a low block team, Mitchell if it's a team that we're trying to defend against, potentially. Other than that, going forward, we need to get players in that we know that if Ebbs is injured or suspended, which he doesn't get suspended much, but if he's injured, the player that comes in is not going to drag the quality down. Same with Sarr. So if we had got Gassan in, we're now looking at Sarr thinking, Sarr, your place is on the threat. And that's how it should be. If we're trying to build, we need competition in places. So that's where I'm frustrated, you know, because if it wasn't Dan and Doy, or if it wasn't Gassan that we're actually looking at, then whoever it is, go and get them. Because we're sitting on our hands waiting for a deal. We're literally waiting to penny pinch and save money.
I mean, you said it perfectly on the phone earlier. You said even if we didn't win the FA Cup, we would still be making signings. What's taking so long with those kind of signings?
Yeah, because we would have, let's just say we didn't win the FA Cup and we're not in Europe. We still would have had a budget for the summer. Why are we not utilising it? Now, you could argue Romain Essay's fee came out of that. But some things we've just had to do because Matheus França can't stay fit. So we just had to do some business. And what makes matters worse is we've got Jezret Saki, who Glasner doesn't fancy. I know as a fan base we like him, but Glasner doesn't fancy him. Odson Edouard, who Glasner doesn't fancy, who will now obviously be potentially come on for 30 minutes on Sunday. Hamada, it looks like he's our right wing back cover at the moment. You know, and Francis can't stay fit. So that's 4 players already. Caleb Capero is injured, but he might be getting a loan. Mustafa Hindalo, who I think would have been pushed up, is injured, unfortunately. And now, and Ketia as well. So
Malcolm's gone.
Malcolm's gone. Holding's gone. So our squad is thin anyway. And that's the bigger issue. So we need to get players in regardless. And if it's a case where we have to continue to sell to buy, then our model's been crap in the first place. We built this academy to be able to make profit. I hate to say it, but teams like Brighton and stuff, they've got 40 million for Evan Ferguson. But then we're letting our players go for free or run into the last year of their contract. But even though I think Evan Ferguson was in his last year of his contract with Thingy, and still got 40 million. We're terrible at selling and we're terrible at buying. And our manager had on 2 occasions, one with Austrian News and one with Sky Sports, spoken about the fact that he expected transfers done early.
I think that's a bit harsh. I think the transfers that we do make are mostly good. I think it's just the process of how it happens. Like, it takes too long and we try to underpay as much as possible until the last minute. I wouldn't say the actual transfers themselves are bad. Like, the players we're buying are mostly good, apart from a few outliers.
Which is not my argument. My argument more so is because we wait too long, their price goes up because we're desperate.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Anyway, so anything on your thoughts on Gassan?
I mean, I wasn't convinced that he was going to come to us anyway. I know that there was all this, Parish liked Euro experts tweet on him and this and that. He's a good player. He fits the profile like a glove. He already plays a 3-4-3. He already plays that right-sided 10 position. I just don't know whether someone of his quality would come in to back up Sarr or whether Glasner would want to sub out Sarr at all, because I think that if you look at both players, they're both vastly different. You've got Sarr, which is pace and everything. Pace, speed, a little bit basically just bare pace, isn't it? And he's really good in front of goal. But then you've got Gassan, who's a bit more like Eze. He's a bit more dribbly. He's not nowhere near as fast, but he's a physical presence. He could play up top as like a hold-up striker.
So just quickly, Gaurav, just on Gassan, he actually isn't injured. Basically, Nice had to put out this press release that he is injured as a reason not to play him, because if he plays today, he's cut off for the whole tournament. So yeah, he's not actually injured.
Yeah. I think for the vastly different players they are, I don't think that he would want to come in and want to have to compete for his position, because I know that Glasner definitely likes Sarr, which is what I'm trying to say. And yes, we have got European football. Yes, we do need to rotate the squad, but I still think in an ideal world, you'd want to have 2 players like that, completely different, depending on what the game needs. You've got a player for it, but I don't think we're established enough to have a squad like that yet, unfortunately.
But then, how do we become established? Because remember, we're trying to break the glass ceiling. Yeah.
But you establish yourself by saying, look, we're going to get him in, but then we're also going to get him in to challenge him for his space and him for his space.
That's the way
you can't just get one person to challenge someone else. And the thing is you said it literally the other day.
With Gassan, let's just say if it wasn't Sarr, he could have been challenging JP. Because right now, let's be honest, none of us are happy with Eddie and Ketia.
Mm.
To the point where I've even saw, and I've said it myself, Edouard fits our system better than Nketiah does, just because of we expect the hold-up play. You know?
I would disagree with that. I think that you could say that even though Nketiah, I don't know, would you say that's tough actually? Who's better in front of goal, Nketiah or Edouard? Because you know, it's a bit of a mad question. But what I was trying to get at is I'd still prefer Nketiah because Nketiah's got the work rate. Edouard just doesn't care.
Boy.
I mean, thinking about it, I might take Edouard if you talk about just shooting.
I mean, look, on the flip side, I think the only other saving grace that it kind of makes me feel not better about it, but look, at the end of the day, what I said to you earlier, JC, on the phone is that let's just say we put in a decent bid in for him, like none of this nonsense bids. If we said, all right, here, boom, here's 25 million euros.
If we match
and stuff.
Villa's bid, I reckon he still goes to Villa. If I'm really honest, even though he's agreed personal terms with us, I reckon he'd still go there.
But what do you call it? If we had matched it, I wouldn't be mind if he then decides, because Villa, let's be real, Villa are a bigger side than us. They're a bigger team. But we didn't match it. We tried to lowball. And the fact is,
there's a bigger offer on the table.
We had personal terms done. So why we'd love trying to lowball? I know we have to try and save money somewhere. I know, I get it. We don't have masses like other clubs. But this trying to lowball, it's not the first time. We try lowball all the time, and then another team just comes and say, all right, here you go. You know what I mean? Which is annoying. And yes, MB99, I know I was fuming about Vardy, and I did apologize about that, because I'll take Jamie Vardy now on a free transfer. Like, he's actually a problem.
I wouldn't.
But look, I'm just gonna show you guys this, and this is where my concerns lie.
So this is what our squad depth's looking like, basically. So that's our formation, and basically this is what we're looking like. So obviously green is the starters, orange is the I guess the cover.
For Gemini, I put him in orange because he's just kind of like youth. Yellow on like as cover, and
red is no.
Red is like people that Glasner not really using or doesn't fancy, and purple's injured.
Or always injured.
Yeah. Look at that front line. So what we're saying is Romain Esse is the only player we could bring off the bench that Glasner fancies. I mean, and even then he shouts at him.
You know what? I've got a hot take here. I don't think Glasner likes him very much. If I'm really honest, I would genuinely put Esse as a yellow there. I wouldn't put him as a green.
The only reason I left him as green is he's currently in that first team squad. In a sense,
he's in the squad.
Yeah. He should have been.
But I mean, I would put it as like I'd put green as can compete to start. So I think all your midfielders you've got is perfect.
To be fair,
all of them.
You can put that as a yellow actually.
So all of the guys in the midfield, I would say that's right, because they can all compete. Like, everyone here can compete to start, but bar Decore. But if he's fit, then he'll be a green as well. So really and truly, the midfield, I think we're perfect. We're fine. We don't need a midfielder.
I mean, personally, I would still get one because I've checked Decore's question mark. Personally, and I also think the venue is better as a 10, in my personal opinion.
So then, would you not then put Devaney also in here?
But I'm just going off what Glasner's done. You know what I mean? Like, and even then, shouldn't we be aspiring to, no disrespect to Devaney, but shouldn't we be aspiring to get someone better?
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm saying that you could also put him here as a yellow.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you could actually have him as a yellow there. You know, but look at that. So just on the greens, we've got 3, 8, 13, 14. 14 players. And those players are the ones that regularly rotate.
Get minutes.
14. Going into European season.
I think with the European season coming up, I think you're going to need to have a certain level of quality. So
exactly,
there is obviously talk of Chadi Riyad, but you know we couldn't really get much from him because last season, or before we got him, he'd never been injured. Last season, within 6 months, he got an ACL and an MCL. So there's literally no way of telling if he'll come back the same. Decore's done his MCL twice in a row. No saying if he's going to come back. France has not been fit for more than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He's looking like a Brazilian Conor Wickham at the moment.
Literally. And to Maka Paka's point, even though we've seen what you're seeing, it says Maka Paka. Yeah. I'm not lying, look.
No, I know, I can see it. I was not expecting Maka Paka YT.
We need a centre back as well anyway. Even if Mark stays, we still need another.
I think you need two. I don't want Klein at centre back ever again.
No, but it'll probably be Lerma, in it. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, no, but you want so in my opinion, if you're playing European football and you know how Glasner is, he wants to go and win everything. So he wants cups, international games, everything, league game. He wants to win everything. If you want to do that, and let's say you go far, you're looking at a high 50 game season. If you go far in every single cup, in my opinion, you need 2 first teams.
Yeah,
we've barely got one here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for me to be happy and comfortable going into this new season, I want to see greens for 2 in every position. And then the oranges for if injured, grab this guy from the youth if something goes wrong. Like, I'm not upset with the Jemide shout, but I want Jemide to be behind another first teamer. So I want first team, then him. Because
here we got Richards, Lacroix, Gerhi, yeah? Then we should have had the bias centre back and then have Lerma and Jemide. That would be the 6.
No. I'd buy 2 centre backs. Have Lerma as the one that can flex in there, and then have Jemide as the backup for any of those.
Okay, fair enough. But I guess obviously Riyadh's coming West January, innit? But this just shows, like, and Spiritual saying like he doesn't think the venue's a 10. I think obviously that's my personal.
He's not, opinion. But he's done a job there last season, and because of how thin the squad is, that's what we've got to go off of.
And that just proves the point. We're light in that department.
You know what's funny? With all of the chat of, now we've got SA, do we need to keep Ratsakit? We kind of have to at this point. Yeah. Even though Glazer don't want him, we kind of have to.
This is... Oh, man. Yeah, so I guess, look, for me personally, I'm giving it till next week, Sunday. After we hear what we hear on Monday, I'm giving it the rest of that week. We need 2 bodies in at least.
Mm-hmm.
That's just for me personally. Or one definitely in, the other one probably the week after, early the following week. But I'll do it till Wednesday the following week.
All right, so right now, how many players do you think we need to go into this next season and be competitive?
Okay, so
and
is this with ourselves? Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say Let's say Mark goes. So if we,
I've always said that
if we get Mark out,
we need 2 centre backs, but yours will be 3 in it.
Yeah. So if we get Mark out and then we go new centre back in here, yeah. How many players do you think we need apart from this one player here?
In centre back?
Anywhere.
All right. So for me, centre back is Ebbs going as well?
No. Let's keep it simple at the moment.
All right. So I'll go 1 centre back, 1 centre mid, and 1 10. So 3. But these 3 have to be, I'm challenging the starting positions.
And then where? Left striker or right?
One that can go across the 3.
That's almost impossible to find unless you buy Gassan, but you know.
He would have been the perfect fit, and then we wouldn't have had to worry so much.
Mm-hmm. So you think 4 players for you to be happy?
I'll give it 3, but can I say centre back, centre mid, and someone across the front line?
Mm-hmm. I mean, for me, I think we're good in the midfield department.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one.
Personally,
I guess that is the one department that we could just say actually.
because put it this way, let's say on the off chance Decore comes back, you've got 6 players there for 2 positions. That's way more than we need.
Which is true.
Even to be fair, 5 players excluding Decore, I think that's more than you need. So I wouldn't buy another midfielder.
It isn't the worst position, yeah, I agree.
No, I wouldn't buy another midfielder. Hackney, I don't like Hackney would be very nice, but I don't think we need it. But I think you need. I mean, if Mark goes,
outside of Sarr, Mateta, and Eze,
for me, if Mark goes,
is nasty.
Yeah, for me, if Mark goes, we need 3 new centre backs. In my opinion, I know Lerma's good, but he's not like he's not that though. Like if Mark, I think 3 for me, 3 centre backs, a proper right wing back cover, and I think if Eze stays, I think left forward is fine. I think you need another right forward.
So I was saying that Eze, because I mean I've got Eze as a left forward at the moment. But that's just because Glasner's played him there, but he naturally plays on the right. So I guess it's just one that can do either or.
I guess.
And look, and I know some people obviously put the whole AFCON argument out there, which is fair, which is a fair argument.
Oh mate, if we got Gassan as well, hypothetical. If we got Gassan and El Canous, we're finished in AFCON.
Yeah, but at the same time, we might put ourselves in a position, and it's right for people who are concerned about AFCON, but we might put ourselves in a better position because we may have accumulated enough points to be like, all right, AFCON's around. It's what about 3-4 weeks?
Yeah.
And sometimes, I mean, and plus it does start a bit early. So I think they're changing the whole Christmas period, isn't it? There's no Boxing Day games or something.
No, not this year.
So effectively, what do you call it? They may not miss as many games, if that makes sense.
I mean, to be fair, Gassan plays for Ivory Coast, who are going to be defending champions.
Yeah, they're going for.
So he's going to be gone for long.
Ah, man.
It's not a good situation. We need a lot of players fast because Glasner was talking about how bad our start was last year because of our late business.
Yeah.
Do we really want to do that again?
Yeah, the only saving grace is that our players are still here and we've had a preseason with them.
So Alex says we should buy Ghanaians so they won't be gone for AFCON too.
Yeah, we didn't qualify. So hey, Ernest Numa. Why not? Where did he disappear to actually?
He got Leon. He got banished to the Shadow Realm because he tried to force a move, didn't he?
So where's he now?
I think he's in that under-21s team.
Actually, no, we can't even deal with Leon Cotton.
Yeah, because then we'll get done for MCO again. And that's another thing. Hold up. So Maranaka, obviously, this is going off on a tangent. So Maranakis, yeah. So Texter messed up. So what's happening with Texter is he messed up, and now he's lost control of Fogo and Molenbeek, I think. So Maranakis has given him the money so he can go buy it back. So you're telling me that Forrest and Leon, who are actually contractually in an MCO, they're allowed to play in the same competition? We need to call up our lawyer and say, hey, you know what they did us for? Do it back to them again.
It's mad. Honestly, the whole thing is crazy. We got Nicholas Jackson. Yeah.
How do you fancy playing for Palace, not Chelsea? I'd have him.
Diouf. He's gone to West Ham.
Yeah, but I think actually West Ham have got a relationship with that team.
Parker's, what's his name?
Suchek.
Yeah.
But once again, we had the opportunity to buy him in the January for 15 million, and we tried to buy him for 7.5, and they said and he told us to go away.
Yeah. And then his price went up.
Because he's a good player. Prices go up. Newsflash.
Once again, great example.
Oh yeah, the dog. We did give a good goodbye to Malcolm. We said, yeah. I just came back from a trip from Blackpool. I drove him myself.
Look, you know what? I wouldn't even be mad if we said to Leicester, we're taking both of them.
Yeah, your chance of coming up again? None. That's what you're saying. So they wouldn't let them both go. No, I think Fatu is actually really injury prone. I know he's a really good player, but he's really injury prone.
Unless, because I know Bakayoko, he was rumored to go
Burnley.
No, I think it might be in Turkey.
What Bakayoko?
Johan.
No, the Turkey move was Archie Brown. He's gone to Fenerbahce.
So where did Johan Bakayoko? Has he actually gone, or was he?
No, he's still there. He's linked with Burnley.
I'm sure there was another team. Or was it a German side? I can't remember.
I've got no idea. I think it might have been Leipzig actually.
That might be it.
Because I think that when we were linked with Nusa again randomly, then they were linked with Bakayoko instantly. So something might happen.
JC, you deserve to be sent to Blackpool after this disrespect, mate. After his comment about a certain colour in the last stream, I don't think he wants to wear. Actually, the orange is your favourite colour, isn't it?
Yeah. I like gingers.
He was linked.
My fire stick box is orange. It's not a dodgy fire stick. I promise.
He already went to RB Leipzig.
Has he? I'm sure he's still at PSV. Google.
Not surprised. Oh man.
He is a. Oh no, you are right. He is transferred to Leipzig, so he ain't coming. Oh my gosh, is that it?
So who's left? Nusa. and he's going to cost more than Gassan, by the way.
Hold on. Oh, wait, so you're telling me they bought Johan Bakayoko for 18 million euros? Euros, so 15 M's in pounds.
I mean, look, RB Leipzig are in Europe, so look.
So were we, once upon a time. But it does rise to 30, so there must be some pretty easy add-ons to hit. But still, 18 as an original.
Yeah, Josie, can you set up, please? Because the top doesn't look that way. Thank you.
I apologize.
Oh, man. What do we do? Guys, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Like I said, I'm going to give it till next week Sunday. Yeah. I'm going to give it to next week Sunday. After we find out the decision on Monday, we'll take it from there. Oh my gosh, that is true actually.
Nusa is still there.
Nah, that wing. And they've still got Sesko as it stands, who obviously looks like he's going to Man United. That front three is crazy.
Yeah, they've got Cisco up front. Who's their most valuable player? It must be Simmons, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's on his way to Chelsea, no?
Yeah, Simmons, Sesko, Openda. He's a good striker, Openda.
Yeah, I know that there's a few teams that are looking at him.
Lukeba, he's a good centre back. Amadou Hayadara, I remember I spoke about him a few years ago. To partner Decore.
Oh, United have contacted Brighton about Conor Baleba.
Klana Belabor. What?
Carlos. That was it. Sunderland. I knew there was a team that was open.
Well, I think the one thing to come out of this stream is we need to do business, and we need to do business fast, and we can't keep relying on this. Oh, but what if we go back into the Europa League? Then we know what to offer players. I feel like we just need to bite the bullet and say, look, if you want to come to us, if we're in the Europa League but not in the Conference League, then how much more do we have to pay you to want to come? That's the only way we can do it, because that's the only way we're going to get the players we need, and potentially the players that are too good for the Conference League. Because if we go about doing business like that, it's really the best case scenario for us. We're going to get better players than actually want to play for us at that moment, but it does mean that it gives that team that expects a little bit of fight to say, no, to keep these guys here, we're going to have to progress. And I feel like it's one of those stick or twist seasons, really. If we spend big and we perform big, then we're gonna grow. We're gonna smash that glass ceiling. But if we do what we're doing and keep going penny pinching, yes, it has worked for us, but this is not the time to go penny pinching when you need proven quality to play in Europe.
Final question before we go, and this could be for the chat too. Does Glasgow walk before the season starts? Or let's extend that. Does Glasgow walk before the window closes? Or does he wait till his contract ends at the end of the season?
It depends on what kind of business we do. I think if we wait until the last week and we've not done nothing, I think he goes before a ball's kicked. But I think if we have a half decent window or like another deadline day massacre, I reckon he'll stay and see out his contract, because last time he did it, he won the bloody FA Cup. So you never know, he could do it again. But I do think if we do nothing at all until really late, I think he goes. And I don't blame him for that either, by the way, because our most successful, best manager ever, and we're still not backing him. What do you need to do for Crystal Palace to back a successful manager? We only seem to back these panic managers. Allardyce, we backed him. De Boer, we backed him, and we saw how that went. He's back Gaz now. I don't want him to go anywhere.
We've never enjoyed our football this much, you know. And why are we like this? Why are we like this?
It's the Palace way.
Guys, smash the like button, please. We are going to try and remain optimistic. But yeah. What's happening tomorrow? Let's see if I don't think we've got anything scheduled tomorrow. Yes, I need to call Callum. I should be linking up with Callum tomorrow at Sellers Park to record the preview for the Liverpool game. And may or may not, if it's televised somewhere, do a watch along for Frankenstein versus Midgetland. We'll see. we will see. I don't think it'll be televised, but if I can find it. Yeah. Wolfie, I'll call you as soon as this ends. Smash the like button, guys. Yeah. JC, thanks a lot. Up the Palace.
Eagles.